Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the remote weather office once again. This is the 8th day of July 2024. This is the morning briefing. Once again, we are talking about fires and heat, but there is going to be perhaps a little bit of better news on the heat front as we go through this week. But we do have a couple of fires that we have to talk about, and that's what I'm going to talk about most first thing this morning. So let's start with the smoke that's coming from those fires. A couple of things going on here. We have the fire that's burning to the north, the Shelley fire, and as you can see, that's putting up a lot of smoke in the northern part of the state as well as into southern Oregon. You're going to have to keep an eye on this fire because, as I'll show you here in a little bit, this has the potential to burn for quite a while up in here. Right now it's a little bit over 3,000 acres as of the latest estimate, and that could certainly grow. And this is one of those fires that may burn for a few weeks or longer. So we'll have to pay attention to this one because any shift to a north wind could certainly carry the smoke from that fire down our way. Also, there is the other fire that's burning, the Royal Fire, burning near Soda Springs that I'll show you here in just a second. But let's start with the fire that's burning up north. That's the way it looks from above. But as you can see, this is the way it looks from one of those alert wildfire cameras up there. Really smoky. It looks like a low overcast, but this is all smoke. Really bad air quality up here in the northern part of the state. As I've mentioned earlier, Watch Duty is a great app to get the latest information on this, and this is the latest on Watch Duty on the Shelley fire. Currently at 3,380 acres, and this is in a terrain that has the potential to burn quite a bit. This is in a drainage up in here and will likely continue to grow over the next, well, maybe a couple of weeks, if not longer. This has a lot of fuel up in here. There are some homes down here not too far from the town of Etna. The town of Etna is right in here. So this is one of those fires we just have to keep an eye on because this is the kind of terrain that you do see fires burn for an extended period of time. Like I said, this could go on for weeks or maybe months. We'll see. Maybe they'll get a handle on it faster, but that is certainly a fire that we have to watch. The other fire we're keeping an eye on is the Royal Fire. Now, this one is a little bit different. This is Interstate 80 here. This is the Royal Fire, currently estimated at 169 acres, 170 acres. This one may not grow as much. This one is burning in higher terrain. This is up around 6,800 feet. And the fuel moisture is still a little bit higher in this terrain. The areas in the high Sierra still are hanging on to a little bit more fuel moisture, so the trees and brush are still a little bit wetter than what you would find down at elevations down below 4,000 feet. So this one perhaps might not grow that much. I think today is going to be a critical day on this fire because if they can get a handle on this one and keep it in this range of around a couple of hundred acres, I think that they'll be able to put this one out relatively quickly. But again, I think this is going to be different from the other fire we're looking at. So another thing I want to point out here on the satellite this morning is look at the marine layer. We haven't seen this much marine layer in a while. So that's really good news because if you combine that with the onshore breeze that we're going to see, today won't be quite as hot. Many valley areas will probably still be up around 100 degrees for many areas for the 9th day in a row. But this is the breeze we'll start to see around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. More of an onshore flow, so the breeze coming in from the coast. So it should be a much more comfortable day in areas like Napa. San Francisco will stay relatively cool. Same thing in Solano County and even parts of Sacramento County and San Joaquin County. You go farther to the north, the surface winds in Butte County may be from the south, but I don't think they'll be very helpful. As we head through the day on Tuesday, this is Tuesday afternoon, once again more of an onshore breeze. I think we start to lose some of that breeze as we enter the day on Wednesday. So Wednesday, we'll probably see temperatures pop up once again. So this is the breeze on Wednesday. We'll probably see temperatures well above 100 degrees again during the day on Wednesday. So for that, let's take a look at the big picture here, the 500 millibar chart, because yeah, we've been in a long stretch of hot days. Like I said, today should be day 9 for many areas to be over 100 degrees. But the hottest day we had was Saturday when downtown Sacramento hit 113. We're not going to see anything that hot again for a while. The high is beginning to get squashed. A little short wave going by is helping to increase the marine layer and that onshore flow. That'll keep temperatures somewhat lower both today and tomorrow. On Wednesday, that high begins to nudge in again, and then another little wave comes by to perhaps keep temperatures into the 90s as we head toward the end of the week as this wave goes by and nudges that high more over toward Utah as opposed to being right over California. So this here is a much more comfortable pattern, and this is into the day on Saturday. So it does look as though things are going to get better when you combine that as well as the marine layer building. And also with that sort of pattern I showed you at 500 millibars, we'll probably continue to see the smoke from aloft stay well to our north, but we'll have to pay attention to that fire. So again, I think that's the biggest fire we're going to have to watch as we go through the next couple of days. So temperatures this afternoon in many areas, probably around 100, 103 in many spots, but a delta breeze will probably bring in some nice cooling as we head into the evening hours tonight. Tomorrow, a little less hot, and we'll bounce around temperatures in the 90s to around 100 through the middle part of the week, but nothing like the 113 we saw on Saturday, and overnight lows should also continue to drop into the 60s, which makes for better starts to the day. So that's everything I've got for you this morning from the remote weather office. With any luck, I'll be in the home weather office by tomorrow morning back into Northern California. So make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.